We continue our initiative to dig deeper into our communities, and tonight we take a closer look at life in El Cajon.
The city has the highest concentration of homeless among communities in the East County. Our 10 News reporter Anthony Pura spoke with a group working with the homeless about the help they offer and the daily hurdles they face.
This is a typical morning.
It's a typical morning looking for the homeless.
They sometimes have tents, like actually right there, they usually have tents.
Bernie Jordan and Joe Villanueva do outreach work for the Crisis House, stopping by the typical hot spots where the homeless tend to congregate, like Wells Park. The idea of outreach is to find people living in the streets. They try to determine what kind of help they need and tell them where to get it.
Teddy, good to see you. Bernie.
This is the second time they've run into this man. He told us off camera he's been homeless for nearly 3 years. He says he was injured at work and hasn't been able to find a job since.
Do you get SSI, Teddy?
Filing for SSI is something Jordan and Villanueva think Teddy can get help with. But that's as far as the conversation goes this time.
I'll give you my card too.
There are 298 people living in the streets of El Cajon, according to the latest homeless count, another 489 that have shelters. Mary Case is executive director of the Crisis House. For 50 years, they've helped the homeless in the community.
It's been kind of a landmark place for people to come in need.
Crisis House helps with immediate needs. They have a pantry stocked with food, diapers, and clothing. They also partner with other services like Think Dignity to bring in mobile showers once a month, giving many an opportunity to clean off. They've also helped many people get permanent housing. However, Case says there's a gap in services to help them get to that point.
I think for this community to start with something like a bridge shelter might be really helpful.
The idea would be a shelter for the clients they're helping find jobs or housing. There isn't a place for them like that now. They lose track of them when they leave their doors, and sometimes they're a no-show at crucial times.
I've had that happen where I've had some arrange for a service provider to come and meet somebody here, and they're not here. It's like, gee, they're here most days.
However, Case says the community has been cautious at the idea of expanding homeless services.
If we just did something in El Cajon, even though we've got the lion's share of the homeless, that then all the region's homeless would come to El Cajon.
El Cajon City Manager Graham Mitchell says it's more than that.
I know you say that there's some value in having one roof where everyone is there. In a small community, that would place a burden on one entire neighborhood. And so I'm actually going to be recommending that we find partners throughout the community.
Surrounding communities in the East County, Mitchell is optimistic solutions could be coming soon.
You know, it's all these like little mini steps that I feel like should be like really celebrated.
It's those mini steps that drive Villanueva and Jordan, knowing that the biggest problems are tackled by commitment and persistence.
I think it makes a big difference.
In El Cajon, Anthony Pura, 10 News.